Hey, well, holy cow, kids. Mark Miller here. Roy's with me. Roy, you want to say hi?
I'm good. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not doing great. I'll tell you that
Oh,
right now. I'm like stuffed up. I've been stuffed up for about a week now, and I'm like, you know, that's kind of how I'm feeling.
yeah.
Jetsom's out here with us. Jetsom, glad to have you with us. Yeah, I want to do the show like crazy, but I can only, I need a way of getting oxygen into my body while I talk, which, I can't do with my nose plugged up now. So what we decided to do is we'll do maybe a shorter stream today. We'll hang out as long as Roy's with us. Roy, you're going to do my talking today, maybe?
Ooh,
Legendary Moose
this
out
is Mark
there.
coding.
Yeah, there you go.
Code.
Look,
Code, Mark, code.
we have no idea what he's doing. Code. So you had those books too, huh? As a kid growing up,
Oh, yeah.
those what was that? Jane or something like that? See?
Spot the dog. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
Hey, I'll go to try and watch your .NET conference talk later. Okay, good, Jetsam. Glad. Yeah, it's happening later today in about 5.5 hours, I believe. Yes, I'll be talking about the science of great UI today. Yes, that's correct, Legendary Moo. Hopefully, I'll be friggin' cleared up. I've been like throwing everything at my nose, by the way, except for surgery. I've been throwing like steroids, irrigation, all kinds of stuff. And I promised I wasn't going to talk about this. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about this today because it's kind of gross. But I'm never really good at doing what I tell myself to do. Let's switch to a view where I'm further away, not so much in your face. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Some of the aforementioned code.
Yeah, got some code out here. So what are we going to do today? I've given this just a little bit of thought. Just a little bit. Usually I give things a lot more thought, but I've been like I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it today or not. And I talked to Rory and finally we decided. But I guess since only I know and Rory does not, this will be one of the times where I will do the talking for myself. Here's the deal. We got a character named Fred.
Willie Fred!
Oh, that's really loud to me. Is that loud to you guys as well?
A little bit.
That was loud? Yeah. Let me try dropping my desktop. What? Can you talk again, or Rory? I feel like...
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Rory, you seem low to me. Let's open my volume mixer. Why is it we always have to do it? And yet, with Skype, you're maxed out. Is there a setting in Skype, I wonder, where I can individually crank up your volume?
Be nice.
You are individually cranked up all the way to 10.
Okay.
In fact, what happens if I drop it down? Is it going to change it in the mixer? Let's look. Oh, yeah, look. I can change the mixer.
Yes, that is they're linked. Yeah.
If I'm over here in Skype, it actually impacts the mixer right here. So you're maxed out. My system sounds are low. We didn't get any feedback on that. Wild Genie's out there. Wild Genie, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Thanks for saying hi out there. Yeah, I'm doing my presentation on the .NET conference, so hopefully I'll be cleared up by then. It's like all, throughout the day it kind of opens, and then, I can breathe, and then close, that sort of thing. Codebase Alpha is with us as well. Do we not have, are we seriously no fanfares are working today?
Does not appear so.
What is going on there? Oh, wait. All of a sudden, Text Positive shows up.
Sex Positive in the house!
How does she get hers and nobody else got theirs?
Then you know she's special.
Do we have a bug? We have a bug out here. Wait, oh.
Well executed.
Surly Dad is in the house!
I'm wondering we might have a bug. Yeah, look, Moose has checked the dates. Let's go look at the dates out there. Let's see. Oh, it's not in here. It's going to be in... I'm wondering if it's people that got played last time, because I don't think C-Sharp Fritz is here. C-Sharp Fritz did not get one, though. All right, I'm going to start manually. We're going to give C-Sharp Fritz his, because we don't see him very as often as we see the other kids. Boom, like that. Let's take our, let's get our scroll and get it out of there. Hide that scroll over there so we can see a little more. Let's know how the volume level is on those sound effects, things like that. Let's know if anything's too extreme. Somewhere over here in overlay documents, I've got some data out here, I think. Overlay manager. Where's my data? It's Mr. Announcer Bot is the app. There it is right there. Fanfare. Here it is here. So what do we get? Let's see here. We should see sex positives being updated very recently, right here. So, I'm sorry, it's this one right there. So she was, that's today, right? 25th is today?
So who didn't get one? Surly did get one.
Surly did. Moo did not.
Jetsam did not, and he's recorded as 19th of this month.
Yeah. So
he should have been.
Yeah.
Good.
So let's figure out what's going on there. I think we got probably a small bug in here somewhere. Let's get to the right place here. Play fanfare. Handle user fanfare. Let's see what's going on there. Wait, working as designed? The idea is for it to go to short ones, which currently do not exist. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I see. Full length. I don't have short ones yet for everybody. That's what's going on, maybe, but why not C# Fritz, though? C# Fritz should... Is it a case-sensitive issue on here? No, that looks correct. So we're not sure why C# Fritz only plays the full ones once a week. Gotcha. Yeah, all of these are there once a week. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. Although this is a new week from last one, though. Arguably.
That's true.
Okay.
We had nothing yesterday.
Let's go to Mr. Announcer Bot and handle user. Whoops, handle. That's not where I wanted to be. I wanted.
Well, is it? Does the code say new week or difference of 7 days?
I think it says. I'm betting it says difference of 7 days.
7 days from 19th is tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're basically the theory is we're exiting early here. Is what we're doing in the played fanfare piece right here. So not weak. Let's see here. Okay, we got in one here. Who's this? Surly Dev. Okay, well that makes sense. And Surly Dev. Surly Dev. We keep getting in here at Surly Dev. Surly Dev say a couple things. Oh, he did. Okay. Head to determine fanfare method. Okay.
Isn't it great having all these people in the room pair programming with you that know your code almost as well as you, and in fact better in some places? They can direct us where to go.
Yeah, it is good. I'm like, hold on a second. I'm going to mute my mic and speak to the kids downstairs. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Copper Beardy. Apparently, there's not this early. Are we at breakpoint at this point anyway?
No, I don't think we're at a breakpoint. Hush Daddy streaming. No, I was actually saying bring me a cough drop, kids, because I've got a tickle in my throat and I do not want to be coughing. So we've got this. And I almost want to say, well, I don't know. Let's set a breakpoint. Determine fanfare to play. Who's calling this? That's when we get down to here. Oh, we are at a breakpoint. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay. It looks like a cough drop is being delivered. Look at this. Thanks so much, Camel.
Service.
Look
Awesome
at that.
service.
Only one, though. Wow. Gonna have to. Give me another one, kid. I got a show to do. I think you just said no to me. Oh, the independence of these children. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking this mic is so good you're probably hearing this move around in my mouth. I wanted to change this. Let's change this to like 3, like that. Let's do that. There we go. That's legendary move, kids out there. Yeah, that's not bad. I can work on making more week aware. Yeah, we can do something like that. I'm also okay with doing over 3 days, something like that too. What else? I just want to go up here. I missed a couple things in the in the stream here in the chat window. C-Surfer says, I've watched the stream enough to know you do all the things. And what else? Bring me a bacon sandwich. Make it moist one to ease my sore throat, says Shirley Deb. Yeah, I could maybe get on that. So, all right, let's work. We'll use this for now. We'll see how this is working out. I think that greater than 6 was explaining why we weren't seeing some of the other fanfares. I don't know why we weren't seeing C-sharp Fritz's though. That I want to test out.
What's the date on his?
Well, it was not set when we looked at it. It was. Well, now it's today because it just got changed. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So let's talk about what I want to do today. I got a character out here that's part of our show. His name is Fred. He's not real. When I say our show, I'm talking about the Dragon Humper show on Twitch that we've not started yet, but we're practicing in practice mode for, and we are going to start soon. As soon as everybody agrees it's time to start. Fred has a feature called Wild Surge. Magic erupts from you as you rage. When you enter your rage, roll on the Wild Surge table to determine the magical effect produced. If the Wild Surge requires a saving throw, the DC equals, and then we kind of figure over it's the calculated DC. Okay. And then when I bring it up, you can see some of it. I see the chat window is blocking that. Let's kind of move this off to the side a little bit. Oh, come on. Just put it here. And let's bring it back up again. And now we can see more of these. So you roll it on the D8.
It is exactly a magical surge and kind of a random effect as well.
Yeah, perfect, Roy. Speak a little more expositorily on this, Roy, while I blow my nose in the background. Hold on.
It just shows you just how much depth there is to the D&D rules. I wonder if anything has ever existed in play to accurately implement them all correctly, and whether they are in fact balanced as a result, because there must be a huge combination of things necessary to consider as we are sort of discovering piece by piece.
Yeah, Roy's awesome, isn't he, at this thing? I just say, Roy, talk, and he goes. He goes.
Some of it may even be intelligible and sane.
Yeah. So, anyway, kids, I forgot to say how much I appreciate you all being here. Thanks for being here with me today. I do totally appreciate it. You deserve better than this. Probably I could say that every single day. You guys totally deserve more than what we're delivering, but we're trying. This is us. This is me my whole life. So
just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Necrotic energy. You can teleport 20 feet. You can conjure flumps, which are these kind of floating creatures. Arcane energy enshrouds you and you get a +2 bonus to your AC. Plant life temporarily grows around you. Arcane energy taps in the minds and you can read their minds. Detect thoughts.
Mark, I'll ask a strange question here. Do you have control as character, should we say? I mean, if it wasn't Fred and if it was you, do you have control over whether to deliberately choose to use Wild Surge, or does this just happen to you randomly? Because it sounds like a bit of a curse.
It happens as you rage. So when you choose Rage, which gives you other bonuses, and that's why I brought this sheet up right here, because out here, I think in features, I've got a Wild Surge Rage, which is a feature that Wild Fred has.
Okay.
And when it activates, we set rage to true. And then I got roll dice here, 1d8, barbarian, wild search. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I never get tired of code-based
Music's
alphas.
awesome.
Clue in the name wild. Yeah.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. And I've got wild magic. Really not a lot of control over that. So check it out. I added this here. I'm super excited about this because I was thinking I was going to have to do this today. And the syntax we have for the dice rolls is we basically put a paren here, and then we can kind of say something about that, what that dice roll is going to do. And then down low, we can do something about it. Barbarian Wild Search. So, okay, fine. We've got some events here. Basically, I want this all to be data-driven. And what I want to do is when Fred does when Fred does his enter rage, see it right here, this button? I'm not sure if we're doing this yet. Well, you know what? We got to go, let's go out and get the players. So we can get this up, and I think
Finding it hard to imagine Fred in a rage.
Let me see if I can actually roll the dice. Let me just try and do a flat d20 roll. Oh, cool. All right, so that's working. That means everything's connected. Signal R is connected. So now I want to click on enter rage and see if a d8 comes out. That's what I'm looking for. So here we go. I'm going to wait. Let's get rid of that, and then say enter rage. Nothing. Okay, so I want to figure out why this on activate is not firing.
Yep.
Could be a problem in C# land is where I think it is. It could be down below too. We could actually be getting it. So let's figure that out. And then we want to roll the d8. And then I've got effects set up for 7 of these 8. 7 of the 8 I have effects, and the effects are on their own scenes. And so we're going to change the scene depending on the die roll. And then we'll play the little scene effect that's there for that. Okay. So, all right, so let's figure it out. Let's go figure out where our breakpoint is going to be. I think it's going to be on the activate shortcut, where we've been spending a lot of time. Right here. And the other piece in here is in the spreadsheet, the on activate for that feature has got to be triggered. So we want a breakpoint out in our features. Let's see, that's going to be down in the D&D core right here. And maybe I'll just use CodeRushed to help me find the feature. Oops, feature. What do we got? D&D core. We got that class down there. There we go. On activate is that. I'm just using tab Linux reference here. Activate. So I'm looking for a breakpoint here. Is what I'm looking for. So let's kind of go back now with those breakpoints set. And let's enter rage. There's our first. I'm going to just hit run. Hey, cool. We get to the second one. That's awesome. So we're going to then go, we're going to call inject parameters on here, set rage to true. I'm just going to F10 past that. And then there should be a second one in here, which is roll dice. Wait, why did I have
It's not splitting them.
Yeah, it didn't split them.
Independently run. I noticed it coming through the first time as well. It is doing it twice. It's the set rage true and roll dice 1d8, but it's doing it twice.
I'm trying to figure out where the first one's coming from. Because it's like, wait, this kind of matches the first one. This is the second one. Oh, wait.
There was a 1d8 in the first as well, though.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I think we're going to split it in the do is what's going to happen. So let's kind of go into here. Whoops, I hit Shift F11, not what I wanted to do. Actually, let's go into, I'll set a breakpoint here, and we'll run again. We'll do it one more time. What do we got now? Set resistance damage. Something else is being activated. Okay. One more time. Enter rage. Run. What's my parameter here? Set rage to true.
Right, but what are parameters and arguments?
What feature am I in? I want to say what's this dot name, I think is what I got. Yeah, name. This is rage.
This is the basic one that you were showing, yeah.
Why is this one being activated? Is my question. Do I have a second one? Oh, maybe I do. I bet I do. Hold on a second. Let's go into the shortcuts for Fred. Let's look for rage.
Also possible, this is obviously being edited online. Have you saved the latest versions of this back to your CSVs locally?
Yeah, here it is right here. Activate feature rage. That's it. That's my problem. Have I saved the latest? Not in the test data folder, but I've done it here. So we're going to call this, this is called Wild Surge Rage, I believe. And let's double check that with the feature name, Wild Surge Rage. So, okay, got that. Why? What I don't understand is...
So if that's the case, how did we see a 1d8 go past?
Yeah, I don't know yet. Well, we're still stepping through it. We can kind of look at this. This is set rage to true. So that's the first one. And doing it again, there's our other one. So now the question is, how are we getting here? Because now I bet our this.name is the Wild Surge Rage. There's maybe something in the data. And one more time going through, what are we at next here? Rage resistance. I think something's turning something else on, is what I think is happening. Oh, look. Conditions.
They share the same condition.
Yeah, so when we set rage to true, rage changes, we check the conditions, and we activate Wild Surge Rage. That's what's happening. Okay?
Chained rages.
What'd you say? Yeah.
Chained rage.
Yeah. So I think this is going to kind of clean up some of this data by changing this to here. And so we're going to just save this. Do I have the right folder? I do not. Let's go grab the right folder. This is the smartest thing I ever did in my life, putting that folder there. I think. Well, I don't know. There's probably... Scott Hansen would be like, no, there's an easier, faster way to do it. It's just this, and you button it, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay. But for me, still, I'm not at Scott Hanselman level, I think. I think that's fair to say. The guy's pretty amazing. Okay, there we go. D&D shortcuts. Right there, like that. Got it. So that data is saved. Let's just run. I've been at a breakpoint for a while here. Set the breakpoint. So we're kind of cleaning some stuff up. Still not at the bottom of the problem yet. Let's refresh our data. Reinitialize. Send all the data out again. Okay. And let's, we got to...
Fred!
Hold on. I got something. What am I... I've got audio turned on. I'm hearing double audio. Let me mute. I had it over here too, so I just muted this tab. So it's just coming through the stream. Fred needs a fanfare. Thanks, Roy, for that. Appreciate that. Closing. Okay, so now come back over here. Come back over here and say we switched to Fred. Enter rage. So now I'm going to hit run. And now the name is Wild Surge Rage. So good.
Good.
And there's our 1d8. And I'm going to say, okay, let's jump in to this, I think. So F10, Shift F, I'm sorry, F11, and then F11 again. Now we're in the do.
So that tacks a semicolon onto the end if there isn't one.
Yeah. Then we're going to do evaluate.
Whole of
Then we've got the roll dice. I think roll dice isn't fully implemented, is what I think. That's over in character. And I think I got a big fat to do in roll dice somewhere in here. Let's go look at this. Roll dice. In character. I've got ready roll dice. Creature and character. Is this what we're really calling? Yeah. I think what we need is something like this. So we're going to have to stop and restart it. Roll dice now. Like this. And like that. And then we need to create a... where's our... I want to go find ready roll dice and move it closer to this function so they're close together. Okay, and dice just rolled is this. This is what we want to do. So we want to basically do something like we want to use dice just rolled, I think, and send it out. That means we need an event, which means we're probably going to get our, we need to create a class instance from event arg. So we're going to say roll dice event args like this. And at the very least, we're going to add a new string. Or actually, let's do this. It's a little faster. We come in here, we type in VS. For that, we're going to say the dice roll stir like that. And then we hit CodeRushed and we choose declare property with initializer like that. And then let's take that, let's move it to its own file. And where are we? We're out in roll dice event args. I'm going to go ahead and just kill this whole thing. So we've just stopped the program. That's in core classes life. And I want to move that to my event args classes folder over here. And then over my delegates, I want to create a new delegate here called roll dice event handler. And that's going to be the roll dice event args. That's going to take. Cool. And then I'm going to come back over to character and we're going to type in, use CodeRush's EV template to get us to here. And we'll call it roll dice request, like this. And then we want to create an event trigger for it. So we're going to use CodeRush to create an event trigger. And then now we're going to call this from down here. So we're going to say on roll dice request, and we're going to say this is going to be the sender, the player. And we're going to say, I guess we'll just do new roll dice event args. And we're going to pass in a dice just rolled to it. Let's rename this to dice we are rolling. Like that. Is that going to break any code? Hold on. That's going to break so code if this shows up in test cases, or if it shows up, because it's part of character, if it shows up anywhere in here, it's not gonna, it's going to break code. Let's see if we can find it anywhere in here. Dice just rolled. That's on this sheet. Can I check all of the sheets? Search all sheets. Find. No? Okay, cool. So we can safely rename that, but we have to be careful when we do this. Because it's public, we can access this from the spreadsheet inside of our expressions, in our commands and features and things like that. So inside this code, we can reference that property. And dice we're rolling, we renamed this. I think it does show up in test cases. Oh yeah, feature tests, but that's okay. So we're good.
I mean, being part of a public API, which it kind of is, you have to look at and consider all the places that it is accessed from. And that's great whilst the projects are still within the solution because they're reachable by CodeRushed and it can help you out and find those sorts of things. And Studio obviously has comparable effects. But as you point out, the data, which can be in a database, it can be in a file, it can be online in some external system, those systems don't know about the rename. So they have to be manually checked, which is essentially what your search did.
And this is why Rory is so good. Makes this show so high quality. Okay, so roll dice request. We now need to hook this at a higher level. So in game, this is where I think we're going to do it. So then we're going to say roll dice request plus equal to, and we're going to generate a roll dice request. And then I think we want to bubble it up one more time. So, and I know this is like a little bit maybe. People are like, oh man, you're really going through a fair amount of code just to bubble this event up and change it. But yeah, I'm kind of doing that because I kind of like it being simple when we get to the top. So I like the ease of use from the client side. So here we've got this thing called player state event args, and we kind of want to model something similar to this that we want to do. We basically want to come in here and we want to say, this is going to be our, actually, you know what I should have done? I should have used CodeRush's duplicate selection. Right there, duplicate, and now we're going to call this the player roll request. Whoa! Oh, it's cold, Rory! It's cold! What?
Copper Beardy is in the house.
I feel, Copperbeardy, that perhaps you didn't quite enter lurk mode quite as well as you intended.
Yeah, I don't think you did. Okay, so now we're going to bring in, wait, what is all of this stuff? The old, oh, we don't need any of those things. We're going to get rid of all of that. But we do need to go to the base, and we need to pass in the, we do need the dice roll string coming in. So that's going to be a string right here, die roll string. Let me show you something, by the way. I just want to show this. We haven't really talked about this a lot, but if I type in VS here, it's going to add the comma, variable of type string. See that? Added the comma. But if the comma is already there and I type in VS, it won't add the comma. So really nice, high quality.
Another thing that you don't have to think about.
Yeah, die roll string, die roll stir, something like that. And then call to base, we're going to pass in that. That should be happier. And then, what's my problem now? Oh, wrong, sorry. No, just roll request event args is what I want. Something like that. No. What did I have? What was the one I created? Roll dice event args? Is that the one I just built? Yeah. Dice roll string. Okay.
And now your constructor needs to
Yeah, just take that out.
Or, yeah.
Okay, we've typed a file. That should be the right folder because we started with the other one in the same folder. It is. It's out in event args. All right. Whoops. 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 What am I doing? Oh, shoot. I hit undo way too many times. Let's go back one more time. Move to file. And then let's go back over into our delegates. And we're going to basically come down here, and this is going to be our event handler, and it's going to take those right there. So that just adds the player to it, because the player's not known down below. We're not going to hook events low. We're hooking events at the game. So it was a decision I made to simplify client code. And so basically we want to come in here now, and we need an event trigger for it. Let's drop a marker here. And we need something down here. And it's going to be player requests roll. Like that. Player requests roll. We'll add a event trigger for that. And we've got that now. Now we can come back to where I dropped the marker, and we can say player requests role, sender, that's the game, or wait, no, we want to say this, that's the game, and then we want to say something that's actually really similar to this line of code right here. Yes, that player, what is it called? Role request args, I think. Event args. Good. Sender's character. And then EA dot, just the one piece, which is going to be EA dot, uh-oh, get the wrong things here. Oh, I know why. Don't worry. All right, we'll fix that. We'll get this up here. On player, nothing. Have to get rid of all this. Player request role. There we go. And then we're into EA dot dice roll string. Okay, cool. And then we need a hookup for this event. And we just see who's out there hooking this. All features. Oh, interesting. It's hooking up to player state changed. All right, cool. Only all features? Okay. Well, we need to actually hook this from a higher level. We need to go hook this up inside our main window. And let's go look for our D&D game in here where we're using that. There's our game. We need something right here. So basically game dot player request role. And there we go. And so now, here's where we need to actually roll it. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here. And then I'm going to start. Think it's going to work?
As far as it goes, yes.
How many coins does Surly Dev have? It says, look at my stash count.
Like 11,000 when I checked, I think.
Yeah, he's doing this because he just knows I'm going to unleash God mode abilities for people at some point, and he can't wait for the powers to arrive.
What he doesn't realize is this is the beta session, and all coins for the future sessions will have to be wiped.
No, we agreed we weren't going to tell him that, remember?
Oh, sorry.
Shaker. Fred.
Okay, so let's see here. Pudding's out there.
Hey,
Pudding. I'm so glad you're with us. I feel like maybe I haven't given Pudding enough fanfare love. I need to get a Pudding one. Kids, by the way, I'm like, from now till Sunday, I'm like pretty much wiped out in terms of time. I got the .NET conference later this afternoon, and I'm going to TwitchCon. I'll be meeting up with C# Fritz and InstaFluff and other friends, and then I'm coming back Sunday night. So I think you're going to see me next time Pudding as well, and I'll still have no Pudding Pudding fanfare for you. Speaking of which, I have been playing with an idea, Rory. Actually, I've been playing with a couple crazy ideas. But one of the crazy ideas I've been playing with is a high-speed displacement image format.
Okay.
So the idea is, with PNG files, we can have transparency, right?
Yes, can.
But what we don't get is displacement or warping of what's underneath.
Okay.
So if I wanted to create like a magnifying glass with a warped edge at the end, I would have it all transparent with warping at the edges. I've been playing with this idea of something that could integrate with OBS, the streaming software, and actually warp video imagery underneath. But I have a feeling not everything is there. That's idea one that I'm playing with. Idea two, and I'm so stuffy, I'm like totally stuffed. I apologize for kids. Idea two, hold on, let's bring up Alucard. So Alucard, you're probably all like, wait, who's Alucard? Alucard is this guy right here. Alucard is a character that we've that's joined our team in our D&D in the practice sessions.
You guys don't watch it. You're gonna be outnumbered by NPCs.
Yeah, Alucard's awesome though. He's basically he's this demon that we accidentally unleashed through exploration. I guess the DM wanted to, send us a message that curiosity is dangerous and you should never be curious. I don't know. At any rate,
Guessing that one didn't particularly work.
we freed Alucard the demon, and somehow he decided to hang out with us because of that. And he basically says, well, I'll take one of your souls right now. And essentially he was going to kill one of us. And he was going to inhabit our body. We negotiated with Alucard and bought basically a week's worth of time. And Alucard said, okay, at the end of the week, I'll kill you unless you can find a willing soul to take me instead.
The quest is to go and find a patsy now.
But Alucard also, every time he answers one of our questions, he says, all right, talk to you later. Hope you die. And we're like, geez, Alucard. So this is Alucard right now. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, we could do something really, really cool where we could get an Xbox controller.
Mm-hmm.
We could get like a 360 animation like we've got right now, and even some talking jaw animation as well. We could get the Xbox controller so that when we could target a particular one of our players, like say it targeted me right here, right? And then once it targeted me, it would look at me and I could spin it around me in 360 degrees. So right now it's over in front of me, right? But I could take it and say, oh, as it spins around me, there it goes behind me and comes around back here. We have all the code to essentially do this and have it calculate. Well, we don't have all the code yet to calculate 3D to 2D transformation, but we could do that. We can make it bigger as it comes in front, smaller as it goes behind. We have essentially everything laid out to essentially be able to live puppeteer a 3D, this 3D guy and have it interact with the live actors where it's like on my shoulder, it maybe comes around over here, it just does this, and it's all connected with the Xbox controller. And I thought, oh, that would be a fun project to do on this show.
Yeah.
Right, because it's doing a little bit of hardware and connecting and some 3D to 2D mapping, all stuff we'd have to figure out. But it's all like reachable. Unlike the other one, which I think we're going to run into some blocks. Sounds fun. Pretty cool, says Pudding.
It does.
So I got to talk to the DM, make sure the DM's cool with Alucard being a kind of a permanent, kind of sarcastic character that follows us. Anyway, that's Alucard. Okay. Where were we? Does anybody remember where we were doing? Am I coming back in here? I don't know what's happening here.
At some point, we were trying to calculate the rage and the dice.
I think I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit my breakpoint. Let's see what happens. Do I get my breakpoint? Well, there's the first one. That's not as interesting. That's the one I wanted right there. Here, let me hide the scroll so you can see it. You already got it. Roy, look at you. You're totally on it. This is why the show is so much better. Before you leave, would you know that when you leave, we all cry and it's just a group therapy session?
See, now you're giving the game away because you were telling me that you actually dissolve and that the reality collapses around.
Yeah, no, well,
that's somewhat contradictory now.
I know.
I see through your games.
Hold on, I'm getting word from our creators that that the earlier thing I said about the game folding away was just was a mistake, and there was certainly never such a thing that would happen. Don't come back and check on the show after you leave. That's what I'm being told right now. Okay, so cool. Now we got a request roll, and then we got this. We can actually, I think, roll the dice, and we got a character.
We got a character. We got a dice instruction. We got everything.
Well, I don't know if we have quite everything, but it's been so long since I've written any code that says like prepare roll, dice roll type. I don't know. It's not an attack, I think. I think I'm going to call it extra only for now.
Okay.
We might have to, add more properties. Okay, that's what we need to do there. So let's do that. Prepare roll. Declare local. Does prepare roll make assumptions about the active character? Do I have anything with player in here? I'm just scanning visually. Add player, player ID. It's whoever's checked. Hey, look who's here, kids.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Oh, no. Pull up. It's, oh, Michael. And that was the end. No one ever saw Michael again. Until the next time he shows up. Welcome. Look at this guy's taking over Twitch today. How many channels are you streaming on today, CodeRushed? I've only got 2. 2 that I'm aware of. If there's more, somebody better tell me. I got trouble. I got trouble, kids. So we're adding the player whoever's checked. So, okay, yeah, all right, maybe. What's our dice roll string here? Somewhere in here, there's a property that tells us what we're actually rolling, I think. What is it going to be? It's going to be the damage dice, I guess, because that's where we store the extra, I think. EA dot dice roll string. And then I think I've got something called roll the dice. And it takes the dice roll. And let's call this the dice roll. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, kids. Let's just see what happens. Do we roll? Nothing rolled? Let's try one more time. Let's see if we roll anything. Let's do a flat D20. No? Oh, I know why. Because we're in Michael Jolly's welcomes. Let's go back over to players. Hey!
It's dice. It's a D8.
All right, cool. Now, we got to figure out what to do with that barbarian. Now we got to go down to low level. All right? So that looks right. Let me just, one more time. I'm going to hit Inner Rage again. There it is. Okay. Now we got something. Let's go low level. Down into TypeScript. Excuse me. Let's go to die roller. Yeah, if you just joined us, kids, I'm sick. I'm sorry. I know. It's sad. It's just sad. All right. Look at that awesome CodeRushed right there. By the way, Michael Jolly, if you don't have copy CodeRushed and you work in Visual Studio, you want to copy CodeRushed, for goodness sakes, dude, I'm giving them away for free. If you're following right now and you don't have a copy of CodeRushed, reach out to me. And you need one, you've got it for free. Just say something in the chat room. If you followed... based on my promise that, hey, I'm going to give away copies of CodeRushed, and you have not checked your whispers in Twitch, do so. Because
we've given away quite a few over the last few days.
Okay, Michael Jolly's got a copy. Okay, great. Michael, are you going to TwitchCon? Am I going to see you, buddy? I hope so. We'll see. If I want to see Michael Jolly, we'll see what he says. Thanks for your generosity. Hey, thanks for being awesome. I have a strict rule. Rory knows the rule. I only give away copies to awesome people. Yep. So, we do a check before. And then
Very complicated algorithm.
Yeah, it's top secret. It's part of the stuff that's running in back of the world that Rory doesn't know about. I don't know. For folks just joining us, we explained to Rory last time that he was kind of like a Truman Show, that when he leaves us, we just all go to wireframe. And we stick around. It's kind of essentially our creator's Z buffering that's going on. Okay, anyway, back to the show. What did I do here? Oh, I duplicated this. This, I think, is no longer called. Is that right? Oh, no, it's called once. I got to do something with this. Let me put a big fat to-do out here. For goodness sakes, Mark.
Michael Jolly says, I'm not allowed at TwitchCon since the mutton incident back in 03.
Oh,
I have to
right.
say, I am fascinated to know what that is.
No, that's right. Well, yeah, no, Michael knows. The last thing he saw, he's in the school bus with the sheep, and he's waving goodbye to me, and I'm like, good luck, Michael, you got this. Tuck your way out of it. Anyway, that was the mutton incident in 03. Yeah.
Fair enough.
By the way, good news. I can breathe through a nostril here. Hold on a second. I'm going to blow my nose. Roy, tell everybody what we're doing.
What we're doing? Well, we're basically trying to have an additional skill for Fred, the character you see on the left of your screen, wherein he can do a wild, so I think it's a wild surge rage, wherein that will trigger not just the setting of the rage state, but also the rolling of an additional dice based purely on config held within CSV files. So what we've managed to do, of course, we've got that far, we've got the dice rolling, but what we haven't done is to implement what will happen on the basis of that dice roll. Obviously a D8 in this case, if you've seen it happen, and there are 8 separate side effects that can happen in addition to the gaining of the rage benefits. So that's the sort of direction we're heading in.
Yeah. I am looking for where we're working on what's inside of the die. Looks like I didn't find it there. Hold on a second. The damage string. I'm like looking for like, I think I'm looking for like a paren in quotes. Ooh, this looks good. Here we go. This is where I want. Whoops. I was hitting escape to get rid of here, but I ended up jumping to it. Here we go. Okay. So we're getting the damage string, I think. And damage type from string is where we're ultimately taking that thing if it doesn't have a colon in it. And then we get down to here, and we're returning damage type.none because we're not matching. What's coming down is the data. Where is it? This is coming down.
Yeah.
That's what's coming down. Let's do this. Damage type from string. And I want to now do this. If damage type equals damage type dot none. Nope. Dot none. Then I want to say, let's see, what's this die spec thing here? What the heck is die spec? Where are you declared? What are you? Oh, it's one of the dice. Okay. Then I'm going to say die spec dot die type. I'm just using JavaScript here to create a new property that I'm pretty sure doesn't exist yet. And I'm going to set it equal to that string.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'm only doing this here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is this typed? Oh, it's a string. Hold on. That's not what I want. I want the die. Oh, add die is here. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Let's do this. Like this. Let's create a new string here called die type. Let's set it equal to an empty string, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Empty string. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to come down and in add die, let's see what's going on with add die. We passing in all the way out to player ID? We are. Okay, so now I'm going to pass in one more, which is the die type. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to type in VS for variable type string, and I'm going to say die type, and I'm going to initialize it to empty. So the die type's coming in here now. And then, now I'm going to come down here. We're creating the die down here. Here's where we're creating it. And I'm going to say die dot, this is what I was doing above. I'm doing it now. It's that. I think that's fair to say. Okay. Then, so it's either going to be an empty string or, all right, so that's going to now put it in there. In fact, we should be able to set a breakpoint here, do a refresh, actually load up the die rolling page. Like that. So here comes the die roller. And we should refresh. There's the data. We've initialized the data. Back out. Switch over to Fred.
Willie Shaker. Fred.
And now I'm going to click on Enter Rage. And we should have a breakpoint right there. And it should say Barbarian Wild Search. Perfect.
Good.
Nice. Yeah, sweet. Okay, good. So let's just run it. Okay. Now, somewhere in here, we're handling results. I think did I favorite it? I don't remember if I favorite it. I got die rolls. Please roll dice. Show success fail messages. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to favorite it as soon as we get here. Results. Sorry, hold on. Let's see. Is it a show results? I think. Show result. Show multiplayer results. Where are we calling this from? Report roll results. Yeah. Rory feature request.
Yep.
Hold on. Feature request. I'm going to do it right here. Really? Come on. Feature request. Add to favorites from context menu. All right. So we just did that. That's going to put a that's going to put a timestamp out for the current location in the stream. Send it out to our devs, and they're going to click on it, and I'm going to say, okay, here's the feature request. So I want to add this report roll results to my code places favorites. But in order to do that, I can't right click here. I want to be able to right click and just say add to favorites. I want some option here to be able to do that. And we can add an option in CodeRushed options menu whether this shows up here or not. Because a lot of people might be like, hey, I don't want to pollute that with this. But for me, I want to use that. I want to be able to right click here and say add to favorites. And because now if I'm on this page, I can't even add it from here. What I have to do is I have to come over here, right? And report roll results. It doesn't even look like it's scrolled up in here in view. So I've got to kind of now start searching it. I think, oh, there it is right there. I see it down there. So I have to come in down here and say add to favorites and then get it to the group. So it's too many steps is all I'm saying. So now it's favorited and I'm good and happy. That's the feature request. Thanks, devs. Talk to you soon. Okay. All right, so report roll results. This is where we, hold on. I'm trying to figure out where we send the data back. Let's go into connections. This is our hook to SignalR. Dice stopped rolling. Where do we call that from? Here we go. Dice stopped rolling. Dice data. So we create this thing. Dice roll data. Dice roll data dot type. So, all right. So I think what I need to do, it's a little harder now, I think. So it's more changes than I want to do. But basically, I'm going to have to store all the individual dice rolls and send them back. And then make changes on both sides. That's the... See, there's an easy way to do this and a right way to do this. And the right way to do this is going to involve more code. And the easy way to do this is going to be less flexible and maybe cause problems later. So I feel like I've got to do it. So I'm going to say, we're going to call this maybe an individual role. Like that. And that's going to have an int that's going to be, VN for variable type number, which is going to be the value. Maybe another one that would be the num sides, like that. And another one that's going to be the string, which is going to be the type, or what that type, that information we put in there. So what I want to, so there's that, and then I want to have essentially something like this that's going to say individual roles, and that's going to be an array of individual roles, like that. And then we need to calculate these at the very end of the process. So I think it's almost in report role results is where we're going to put this. Let's just see where this is called. We call it here. This is this code happens when we're waiting for the dice to stop rolling. So this means we're done. And it is only called from one spot, which is good. I was worried it might be called twice because sometimes the roll stops and we're about to do a second roll. Okay, so report roll results is here. And now what I think we want to do is we want to come in and we want to say, is this where we want to do it? Hold on. So somewhere in here, we're calculating out like the multiplayer pieces here. And it's not here, it's somewhere else. But I want to find those multiplayer pieces where we are doing that. Oh, no, I didn't find it where I was hoping to find it. Oh, here we go. This is interesting. Multiplayer summary. Where's that built? Here, player role. Here we're close. Get role results. Okay. So then I think we've got dice roll data.individual roles now. Yes, sweet. Now we're going to say push. We're going to say new individual role, like that. And I want to change that so the constructor has got these pieces in it. Let's just take all these and move them to the constructor and make them all public. By the way, Rory, did you see the...
I'm in the middle of replying.
No, I was going to ask something else, I think. Did you see the new RushNav plugin for VS Code?
Oh, I did. I saw the blog post on that. That looks really useful.
Can you get a link to that and put it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember if we demoed this or not last time, but here, I'll open up the same thing in
I think
VS Code.
it was mentioned briefly.
Yeah, so here's the same source code that we're in over here. Yeah, I may have talked about it, but you can right-click, say, peak locations, and then choose what you want to see. And there's a shortcut for it too, Control-Alt-P to look at those. So we can say, okay, let's look everywhere that force is instantiated, for example, right there, and you can see all the instantiations of it. So kind of cool, free plugin. To get it, you just come in here, type in RushNav, like that, and hit install, and that's how you get it. So kind of cool. Let us know, is there a way to stop CodeRush inline displaying variable values when debugging and step through the code of certain variable types such as passwords? Yes, there is, Surly Dev. You can totally do that. So to do that, you want to go this button here. You want to turn it on or turn it off, like that. I totally understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I was like, there was a time I was stepping through code and I was like, oh, better turn that off. So yeah, that enables or disables the debug visualizer. That's your secret role right there. Okay, so we've got these, and I wanted to make these public. I think PB is my template for that. PB, and then PB, like that. Okay, cool. So now back over here where we're creating a new instance of it, and we're going to say, we're going to pass in the value, which is going to be player.role. could also just argue it's top number. Let's just do that. Top number. Number of sides is going to be die dot. There's no IntelliSense here. Can't navigate to it. It's out in, what is it? Dice.js. It's out here. Num sides, I think, or something like that. Sides. Values is what it is. That's what it is. I'm remembering this now. This is somebody else's code. But, yeah, values. That's actually the number of faces that it has. Okay, so die.values. And then the type is going to be die.die type. That's that string we put in before. So that's coming in here. That means we're here in the multiplayer dice area. And oh shoot. We got to make a change here too. No, we don't. Wait, do we? No, we don't. We're going to do the same line of code here because we're going to store each individual dice. This just adds to the score here if we've already found it, that roll. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to still add this one as well. Die type. Okay. So that's not bad. Hold on. Discussions are occurring over here.
There's just a little bit of CodeRushed help going on in the side there.
Everything okay?
Yeah, Marcus' voice program was asking whether or not there was a shortcut for the code places facility, which I don't believe there is right now. However, you can make your own just by going to the appropriate location in CodeRushed and constructing a shortcut for the command show code places.
Okay.
So yeah, I've given a little bit of a tip there. And also, if anybody need any help with anything specific, feel free to contact support or indeed ourselves. I'm quite happy to field questions of that nature at any time, really. Just ping me on my email or maybe find me on Twitter as well. And yeah, love to help with CodeRushed.
Yeah, it's what we do. We're pretty passionate about it. I'm going to change this to, what's it called, Roy? What's the command?
Show code places.
There it is, right there. So I've now made Control-Alt-Z, Control-Shift-Alt-Z. And so now if I hit Control-Shift-Alt-Z, boom. Hold on. There we go, right there. And I've got focus here, so I can just move up and down like this. Page up and down works too. Hit enter,
Nice.
and I'm there. If I hit escape, do I jump back? Looks like I do. All right, cool. Let's try it one more time just to verify. So I'm here on individual roles. I'm going to select it. Control-Alt-Z. Let's go to, I don't know, page up. Let's check still rolling. So we'll go in there, hit enter, now hit escape. Oh!
Bug.
Bug or feature request. I don't know what we're talking
Yeah,
about here
dude.
now on this.
We certainly like it when as many features of CodeRushed that will take you away from where you are drop a marker before they do so that you can hit escape and jump straight back to where you were. It's
Yeah.
lovely being able to pick up those breadcrumbs going back to what you were doing because it allows you to just go off and explore and find things out and then return using effectively a mental stack, which you're not having to keep track of, to back what you were doing or maybe what inspired you to go and do that in the first place.
Yeah. So, all right. So I've just logged an issue with the team. They're going to come in here. Uh-oh. We got a problem here with our parsing.
No.
Did I have a bug in what I wrote? Get span from string. 1 hour, 9 minutes, 5 seconds. Really? What's my exception? Yeah, input string in the incorrect format. Can we jump up here? No.
This reminds me, we've had this before, and we concluded, I think, at that time that it was a time-sensitive issue in that maybe there was a subtraction or something that couldn't happen.
There's no subtraction
On the
that's happening, though. Let's see if I can jump in now.
Is that not in this case?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to get to here. I think once I'm here, I can come back up and try one more time, and we can step in. Really? It's not let me do that. Return time span.
Try the try rather than the time span declaration.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Good point. There we go. All right, cool. So let's go now. Oh, parse exact. So let's see what's going on here. So we're going to return this. So it's going to be H followed by an actual H. Minutes. Wait, here's the minutes followed by an actual M. and then seconds in two formats. This looks like a good string for the data. And so this is what's failing. One hour, 9 minute, 5 seconds is where we are. Is it the 5 is because it's not in double? It doesn't have a 0 in front of it?
Interesting, neither does the 9.
Let's see if that is the case. Let's come back up. By the way, thanks for saying go to the try, Rory. Let's see if that's the case. Let's change this to a 0 and change that to a 0. Is that my problem, kids? Holy cow, that was the problem. Okay. Don't give up on parse exact. Don't give up on it. We got to change that. Wow. It's more code, though. At least we now know what the problem is. I'm going to run it, and we're going to do the feature request piece. And all right, so devs who are watching that, the feature request is coming up right about now. Let's go back to where we were. I'm like right in over here. I'm going to mark. I'm not dropping a marker. I want to drop a marker before I jump to code placement. So I've got a selection here like this. And then I'm going to go over to code place. I'm just hitting Control-Shift-Z, shortcode I created to bring it up. And then I'm going to go up to another location like Show Special Labels. I'm going to hit Enter. Fine. Now I want to hit Escape to get back. But I don't get back to where I was because it didn't drop a marker. So that's what I want to do is I want to be able to get back to where I was by dropping a marker there. I want that option. Okay, that's the feature request. Roy, can you send me a note that I need to look at the calculation of the string that it and we were right. You were right in your speculation that it had to do with the time. Right? Do you know what I'm talking about? The 0 preceding.
One of the 0 prefixed numbers so that you don't make presumptions about how things are put together. So if we assemble it that way in the first place,
right,
then it should work.
Okay, so I'm building up these individual roles because I want to send them back because I want to make a decision on the receiving end of what we're going to do. Is what I think I want to do. That's kind of where I'm playing with this. If we are not multiplayer, then I guess I need to put an else down here, and I want something like this. We want to push the individual roles, die.values. So we're going to still push individual die back no matter what. And then the only question is are these calls all the same, every one of these in here? Individual roles, push that, individual roles, push that. These are all the same. So guess what? I actually don't need it inside the block. I can put it here. So all that was a lot of work to realize that, oh, I just need a line of code down here. Okay? So there's our individual roles. We're pushing and putting that back. I have a feeling somebody's got to go.
Whatever gave it away.
Let me tell you something, Roy. You may be skeptical about this claim that we go wireframe when you leave, right? But why else would you have? Who else in this world has exit music when they leave a room, right?
Interesting question.
No one.
Usually, everyone gets entrance music. I have to reverse that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Hey, thanks so much for helping. I really appreciate it.
A pleasure as usual.
No, tomorrow.
You said you were busy this week. Yes, I was going to say tomorrow is not happening then. Okay.
I'm going to be on a plane. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow.
Tricky to broadcast from a plane.
Yeah,
very
tricky. Not going to be fun. All right, so now I've got my individual roles. All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
See you later, man. Bye.
All right. So now I've got my individual roles. Now, though, because this dice roll data is coming back on the other side, pretty sure. Let's come over here. I got something called dice roll data. There it is. So there's my multiplayer summary that's coming back. Guess what I got to do? I need to come in here and make some changes here. So let's take our app. I'm going to close it down so we can make some changes. And this is going to be, we're going to call this the individual roles. So yeah, this is harder than the easy way, but it's going to be more flexible and the code's going to be better. So that's kind of what we need to do. Let's go find that declaration for individual role. And it's basically just got the value and these properties right here. Let's come back over to our app and declare that class. And then we're going to declare these. So this is going to be an int called value, an int called num sides, and a string called type. And I got to put that down here in the individual roles. And JSON conversion is just going to be able to bring this all across for us. That's my take on this. Okay, so there's my individual role coming back. Yeah, let's get ready to wireframe. That's what Roy says. Carol considered an eloquent analysis of the issue. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, no, I think I got everything. Roy covered everything before. If I did miss anything, you said it, let me know. Welcome, everybody. So glad that you're with us today. If you've joined us recently, we are working on a special role. So this is actually pretty cool. We are starting with data in a spreadsheet that says when Fred enters his wild surge rage, we're going to roll the dice. The dice we say we're rolling is 1d8, and we're calling it the Barbarian Wild Surge. This is just some text I added here. Right now it doesn't mean anything yet. But that text is going down through Signal R, attached to the dice, the 3D dice that's rolling. When the dice stops rolling, we analyze that, and we're sending it back up again. So with all of this working, I'm not sure if I have to restart. I think I at the very least have to refresh on the TypeScript side. So let's refresh our 3D dice overlay layer at least. Let's come up here to our D&D app and run it. Let's go find our dice stopped rolling function. Dice have stopped rolling. Here. Set a breakpoint here. Our app is started up. Let's initialize the player data. Let's
Willie Shaker.
select Fred. Let's enter rage. And do we get a breakpoint when this stops? I want to see if we hit there. Good. Dice data. Okay, good. There might be something good here. Let's come in here. Set dice data. What's going on in here? Just deserializing. What's it look like? Do I have the individual rolls? I don't see individual rolls here. Dice roll data. Did I put it in the wrong spot? Okay, fine. Somehow I put it in the wrong spot. Let's go see what's going on. So where was I with the individual roles? Where was I modifying if not this? I was in dice roll data, which also has a multiplayer summary. Where's this going? Where's this used? It's only here? Was I seriously just tricked into doing this? What is going on here? Okay, hold on. I'm going to comment this out so we don't come here anymore. Add a to do. Delete this sucker like that. I think I can say that word on this show. Sucker like that. And let's go find where we really want to be. Is this it? Yeah, this is what it looks like is it. Okay, individual roles here. And now is this the only thing I need to do? I think this is the only thing I need to do. Let's try running now.
Lady McLovenuts.
All right. Here comes the data. I initialized the player data.
Willie. Brett.
And do I still have my
Willie.
breakpoint or no? Hold on a second.
Fred.
I think this is where we come back from it, right? Dice have stopped rolling. We can move our breakpoint to here. All right. So now let's do enter rage. I'm clicking it now. We got a breakpoint. And dice roll data is out here. Individual rolls, null. Why is that? That doesn't feel true to me. It could be, we've seen this before, Signal R needs a restart of both layers when you add something new. It just doesn't see it. I think that's what I'm looking at. Let's double check the low level side of this. Let's, and it could be too, again, I'm pretty sure I refreshed it.
Shaker. Fred.
I lose my breakpoint. That's it right there. Let's enter rage again. Okay, any data? I think we're looking at a restart because I think the code below is pretty good. Yeah, it's null. I think that if we simple restart, this will work. That's my theory. Let's try it. I hate shutting down the overlays, but we're gonna do it. Okay, I've shut down the overlays. Killing every instance of Chrome. Starting the overlays back up. Well, the ephemeris should be suppressed. There's at least that. Yes. Thank you, Moo. Thank you. Moo added that code for us. Helped us out for sure. Really appreciate that. Here we go. Starting up. Do I still have my breakpoint? I think I cleared it, so let's set the breakpoint. Dice stop rolling. I think we're gonna need to refresh down everything, so let's refresh the dice. Let's refresh the Dragon Front overlay. And let's refresh the background overlay as well. And now with those, waiting for the load to finish, the scroll bars will disappear when that's done. Something's taking a while to load. I might as well refresh the drone game as well, because nobody will be able to connect or talk to it. But I like this song. I refresh it, we'll lose the song, I think. Or we lose it once we... What is taking so long to refresh? Is it... It's not that one. Is it the Dragon Front overlay? There we go. Sometimes they get in a stuck position. I just click and refresh them. We gotta refresh the drone game. After this song, I'll do it. All right, let's initialize the player data. What? Seriously? That text up at the top, waiting for data to be initialized, needs to go away when I click initialize player data. And it is not happening. I think I'm gonna have to restart this. I think the SignalR connection was lost when we killed the low level one. So let's start the upper level one more time. So the low level takes care of has all the TypeScript, a lot of the TypeScript code. And the high level stuff is our D&D app. All right, so now let's try refreshing the data. Are we going to see that disappear? Yep, okay, good. And
Sugar. Red.
hide the scroll, enter the rage. Should talk to the .NET conference guys that presented the new SignalR features earlier this week. Oh, interesting. Check it out, we're here. Do we have the data now? Was it simply that... no, it's still null. Wow. All right, so we need to go figure that out. Let's go kind of backtrack this whole thing here. Set dice data is just going to come in there. Do dice roll data is equal to this. Set a breakpoint here. See what happens. Clicking on inner rage again. Why didn't it work? It's not, nothing's rolling. That is interesting. I'm not even getting that. I don't even understand why that would not work. Because we're already in it. That works. Inner rage. There we go. Huh. Okay. All right, now breakpoint. So dice roll data. Do I have it wrong or is it just coming back empty? Oops. It does not have the data. Okay. So it's not here. Let's go look at it down here. Why is that not working? Oh, I know why. Because I didn't specify it. I know why it's not working. It was somewhere near... Get roll results. Report roll results. Nope, not there. I think it was get roll results. Let's look at that. Nope. All right. Let's go to connection. Dice stop rolling. Where am I calling this from? This is my problem here. I never added it. So this is going to become individual rolls. I think is what we were calling it on both sides. Yeah, that looks right. Let's see if that works. So now I need a refresh of the 3D dice. Okay. Initialize the player data.
Willie. Fred.
And enter rage. See if we get a breakpoint. Looking for a breakpoint there. Okay, good. Now dice roll data. Sweet. Sweet. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Cool. Let's kind of work our way out of here. Here. Now we're getting into here. And this is kind of where I'm thinking I wanted to have the code be. So all of that, right, is to now take us back into C#. And I want to do something like this. If ea.individual dice data, excuse me, dice roll data, or actually better yet, .count is greater than 0, then I want to say individual rolls stopped rolling. I don't want to pass that in. I just want to create another method where I deal with this. Individual dice stopped rolling. And then I want to come in there, declare that method, do this. Then I want to come in here and do a for each individual roll in there, and then I want to call something very similar to this, but passing in just this, like that. Oh, that was a cool CodeRushed feature. Let me show you that. I have this selected. I just hit the paren key, and it puts it on both sides of the selection. And then we'll come in here. We'll declare that. And then now what I want to do is I want to say, this is kind of crappy code for now, but we're going to say if individual role dot type equals, and then we're going to grab the, and I got to do refresh. Oh, you think I should talk to them about my troubles? I'm not sure they're my fault. I have a feeling that, if I talk to them about it, they'll be like, yeah, well, here's this thing you didn't read about. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. So let's see. The feature, Wild Sword Rage, calls this. This is the text I want. So now, cool. We're getting closer to the code I want to do. So if it's there, then I want to set a breakpoint. I'm just gonna say set that for now. We're going to continue to run. Oh, geez, we're here already. Okay, cool. And the individual roll is, the value is a 4 on an 8-sided die. So sweet. I'm just going to run it for now because I want to take a break. I want to refresh the drone game. We'll get that thing going. Refresh the drone cache so that everybody's in control of that again, which I think is going to happen. Let's make sure. We'll verify by typing in drone. That works. Okay. Well, sometimes it helps to talk to the experts, but yeah, it stinks when they respond with read def and yeah, the folks, the team I really want to speak to are the team behind Skype, because I'm pushing it to its limit with the Dragon Hunters game, because I've got 5 video remotes coming in and 1 going out, which is and 6 of those are NDI streams. And on top of that, I'm streaming live at the same time. So, and I'm pushing it to the limit, and we're seeing some problems. I want to talk to them about the problems. So that's the team I want to speak to. Okay. Now we got to do something. I don't think I've seen changing ability in here, though. I'm pretty sure I cannot change scenes. Oh. Look at that. Oh, I do. That is so awesome. What is this? This looks like a total mistake to me. I bet if I go through and look at the search history, there'll be something here that makes more sense. I added code here by mistake at some point on the show. But let's see what I can do here. We'll need to fix that. Let's go back to here. Got a breakpoint. Let's see if we can enter rage again. Okay, play scene. Oh, I'm so glad that's here, though. Now, let's go down in here. What the F was this? What was I thinking? I don't even see. I don't even get that. I'm just killing that right there. We're going to do this. Okay, we'll do that. All right. So let's go back. Yeah, I know. Legendary move. Would Teams work better? I'm not familiar enough with Teams to be able to answer that question. So I don't know. is the answer to the question. Okay, so now, based on the role. So I want to do like a switch statement here, based on the role dot the value. And case 1, I'm going to say play scene. And my scene name is, well, wait, let's go look at the data. Let's look at the spreadsheet. Let's go bring up Wild Fred and look at the Wild Surge. Features and traits, Wild Surge. 1 is necrotic energy. Okay? So we say play scene, and the scene is called dh.wildsurge.necrotic. And that's case 1. Case 2, yeah, we're going to change it to teleport. Teleport, like that. Scene 3 is going to be, did I misspell teleport? I don't know, that looks right to me. Hold on. We just don't have it in the dictionary? Yeah, it looks like, yeah. It's spelled right correctly. Wow. Okay. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Add to dictionary. I'm going to make a note to myself. I think teleport should be in the dictionary. All right. Okay, so there's wild. This one is number 3. What's cool is you're about to see these scenes for the first time here. Number 3 is flumps. If this all works. Flumps is number 3. I'm just using CodeRush's duplicate line. I can just do it after I've done it once. 4 is Arcane Shroud, I think is what I call it. Arcana Shroud. Arcana or Arcana Shroud. Like that. And 5. What's happening? Does it detect incorrect capitalization? No, I don't think it does at all. Flumps it doesn't have, but I totally am fine with that. That makes sense. 5 is what? Plant life. Oh, so 5 is tricky. Because I have 2 plant life scenes. Plant growth dot arrive, and I have another one called leave. From the plants go away. So that one we'll have to figure out something tricky for. This one is detect thoughts, I think is what I'm calling this one. Thoughts. So the next one is 6 is thoughts. And 7 is shadows weave around. I don't have one for 7. And the next one is 8. Which, well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be like, we'll call this shadows. Like that. And then 8 is going to be, that's super cool what it just did. It saw that I commented out the other one. 8 is the bright light, which is radiant. So now if I hit run and this actually works and we're actually playing scenes, let's see what happens. Okay, we're in here. Let's see what happens when we get to, do we get an exception? Object not reference. Scene name, what's not? Oh. What's happening? Oh. Hey, Frackford. Good to see you. Good afternoon. The show is going to rock now, says Mr. Announcerbot. What object is not set to an instance? Well, that's not good. So we can't play it. Where are we calling this from? Where else are we calling this from? Oh, interesting. From here, the Dungeon Master app. Okay. Are we not doing enough with our WebSocket? I'm wondering. Let's continue to run it. And let's go into the overlays only one. I worry about you every time a fanfare comes on. One of these days you're going to drown. I know it does. The water level does seem to get a little high, doesn't it? Let's go look at what we're doing over here with our OBS WebSocket. We call disconnect. In our disconnect, set current scene, connect OBS. We don't do this. We're not doing this. I think this might be the problem, or a problem, that we're not doing in our high-level app. Let's close it down, see what we can do here. Looks like I just added code and not all of it, so I was kind of, feel like I was maybe kind of right in that it was not done yet. So there's connect OBS. Well, let's just set a breakpoint in here and see if this works. Wouldn't that be nice? If that was our fix. Okay. Good. I'm happy about that. No exceptions.
Leave it, love nuts.
Let's see if it works now, kids. Send over our data. Let's get back to the players. And
Shaker. Fred.
And let's roll Fred's enter his rage. 7, which we don't have one for. But yeah, we're just going to get out of this. That's the one we don't have anything for. Okay. So there's that. Let's clear this breakpoint. Really would like to see it work. Enter rage again. So that's, I have to, hitting it twice in a row doesn't work. I have to select something else, I think, and now hit enter rage. Is it because he's already in rage that it's not going?
Fred.
I feel like, wow, I suppose I should go pursue that, but all I want to do right now.
Willie Shaker. Fred.
Three. Oh yeah, it's working. Nice. That's super cool. So we kind of just built this on the show. We built this whole thing so that we specify, just to be clear, we start with the data here. Oh, it's right. We had it already open over here. We start with this expression, roll the dice, 1d8 barbarian wild surge. It goes down through signal R. We roll the dice. When the dice stop, we send it back up as a result. We analyze the result, and if it is a barbarian wild surge, then we play one of these scenes right here. Let's see what's going on with hitting enter rage twice. That time it worked. 2. 2 is, what? Teleport. 2 is teleport. That's kind of cool. All right, let's see if we can hit it again. Do another one. 4. I don't remember what 4 is. Oh. 4 is Arcana Shield, or Arcana Shroud. So that adds +2 to Fred's AC, armor class. Let's do it again. Now it doesn't work. So now I want to set a breakpoint on this. Figure out why it's not working here. What's going on? Enter rage. We're here. Huh. Well, when we call execute command, it does it. There's necrotic. And just to refresh your memory of that, this is what we built. This is what's happening here. So wild surge. So 4, wait, was that one was necrotic, so it must have been a 1, I suppose. Let's do it again, enter rage. It's working now. Why did it not work before? The problem was at a lower level, I guess. 6. That's detect thoughts. Got some performance issues on playing that, I can hear. All right. 6 again is detect thoughts. And we're already on detect thoughts. We haven't seen plant growth yet, which I think is, what's plant growth? Plant life is 5. And we haven't seen 8. 5 and 8 are the 2 we haven't seen. Okay, I'm clicking enter rage and nothing's happening. Execute commands. This is the problem. Line. Click it now. Let's drill inside. Activate feature. Execute command. There's the activate feature function. Okay, cool. Calling activate. It's active already. So in terms of testing, this is what's tricky in this, but somehow it's also getting past this as well. I don't understand that, so I'm not sure about that. And I don't have an end rage feature in here that I can see, but I can end the rage as a bonus action. So I'm going to add that right now to the data, so at least we can make that work. So let's look at the data. So wild surge rage is here. Do I have a deactivate already built into the spreadsheet? I'm wondering if I do. Just that one. It should deactivate when I set rage to false. Is what it should do. So I am going to, Wild Surge Rage, I'm going to go into shortcuts, and I'm going to add a new shortcut for Fred, which is going to be end rage, like that. And in my commands, I'm going to say set rage to false. And it's one bonus action. So that might be all I need to do. So let's now download that data. Let's reinitialize the app. And I thought I hit it. Why didn't it reload the shortcuts? Why don't I see that there? Yeah, I don't get it. Let's see what's going on there. Let's go find hold on. Yeah, initialize player data, I think is what it's called. That one. This is where we want to be. We're not specifically calling load data on the shortcuts, but I thought that was implicitly called elsewhere. Let's go find all shortcuts, all action shortcuts, and let's go see if load data is called. Is this our problem? That we're not explicitly calling it when I come in here and click this? Run. We get here. I don't get it. The data should be there. Result count is 131, the very last one. Should be the one we're looking at. Set rage to false. End rage is the name. Player's Fred. Bringing the data in. Oh yeah, we're calling it here. Action shortcuts, we're applying it here. And then got some code I need to delete. All right. Let's say run, continue to run in here. Oh, we're not getting here to add shortcut buttons? Oh wait, I know why. Sorry guys, we were kind of chasing a bug we didn't need to chase. Because I need to change the players. It wasn't really a bug.
Fred!
All right, now I've got end rage. Good. Okay, so now let's enter the rage. And we should be good here. And there's a 2, and 2 is teleport, is that right? Yeah, 2 is teleport. Cool. End the rage. And then enter the rage again. 5, there's the 5 we haven't seen yet. So this one has a leave as well, which I think I'm not going to work on today because, you know, being a little sick and all of that. But basically, at some point, we need to get rid of this when the spell ends. So, actually, could I do this quickly? I think I could do this quickly, and it's not too hard to do. Yeah, well, how long does plant life last? Let's go look at that. Looks like Copperbeardy's garden is out of control. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Let's go back and look at the data sheet for Wild Fred. Let's look at plant life, features and traits, wild surge, plant life. Until your rage ends. Okay. And what's up with the rage on this? How long does the rage normally last? The rage lasts for a minute. So okay. There's like about 3 ways that this occurs to me that we can solve this. And I feel like 2 of them are decent. And 1 is not as good. But I'm like also simultaneously, you know, I think I'm just, yeah, I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to end the show here. I think I'm going to pass you on to other folks because I need to eat lunch and I need to prep for my session later today on .NET Conference where I'll be talking about the science of great UI. It'll be a real fast 30-minute course. Just put the essence in there, but it's free, so take a look at it. I need to give this some thought. I could, actually, you know what? I'm gonna fix this. I have a fast way to solve. Wait, do I? Yeah, no, because there are a couple things going on. It's a minute or the player ends the rage. Those are the two conditions. I'm going to solve this later. It's going to involve a little more thought than I thought. So yeah, see you in a few hours, Moo. Thanks. I have 4 minutes till the top of the hour. Yeah, I guess you're right. I do. Well, let's go see who else is out there streaming right now. And just as a reminder to myself, I still have this page open right here. I think, Moo, that was your suggestion, or might have been. It might not have been. It might have been another viewer's suggestion to add one of those, so we don't have problems with the formatting. Jetsam said the same thing. Cool. I'll see you out there, Jetsam. Let's go see who I am following, who is currently out there streaming. Instafluff. We'll send you an Instafluff because he's so much fun. And yeah, editor config. That was from Moo. So let's do it. We're going to say raid Instafluff. And tell Instafluff I said hi. I've got to get some lunch, and we'll see you guys later. But thanks for helping me out, everybody. I really appreciate it.